Welcome back to Relief Tutorials. In the previous lecture, we have completed the theory part of this chapter. Last point was evaporation. Now let us see exercise from your textbook. Easy exercise, easy questions. The first question is convert the following temperatures to Celsius scale. You have to convert the given temperatures into Celsius scale. Exercise question number 1. In that A, 300 Kelvin. You can convert Kelvin scale into Celsius scale by subtracting 273 from that. So temperature in terms of Celsius is equals to 300 minus 273. That will be 27 degree Celsius. Another is 573 Kelvin. So temperature in terms of Celsius can be obtained by subtracting 273 from the given. 573 minus 273 is 300 degrees Celsius. Question number 2. Convert the following temperatures into Kelvin scale. Means in question number 1 we have converted Kelvin to Celsius, and now we want to convert from Celsius scale to Kelvin scale. In that first one is given as 25 degrees Celsius, and you can convert this into Kelvin scale by adding 273 in that. So 25 plus 273 is 298 Kelvin. B, 373 degrees Celsius. So add 273 in 373. 3 plus 3 is 6. 7 plus 7, 14, 1 carry was there. So 15, 1 carry, 3 plus 3 is 6, 656 Kelvin. Very easy. Question number 3 now. Give reason for the following observations. First, naphthalene balls disappears with time without leaving any solid. Have you seen naphthalene balls, the white colored tablet-like structure we put in our cupboard between the clothes to prevent the production of germs inside the cotton clothes? So that white colored naphthalene ball, like naphthalene tablet, is like this. So it is one of the sublimating substance. Naphthalene tablet is a sublimating substance. So when you keep it between the clothes and etc., so gradually it evaporates, or we can say it converted to gaseous state, from solid to gaseous directly, because naphthalene balls are sublime. Okay, so gradually what happens, the whole solid substance or the whole solid naphthalene tablet converted into its gaseous state. So the smell of these naphthalene balls spread throughout the cupboard, and it prevents the germ production between the cotton clothes. Okay, so this was question number 3A. And what is B? We can get the smell of perfume sitting several meters away. Okay, perfume particles. When you spray perfume on your body, what happens? The perfume particles mixed in the air. In place of mix, we can use the proper word called diffuse. Okay, these are the air molecules, and in between them the perfume molecules get diffused and goes with the air, and so the smell of perfume reach several meters away with the help of diffusion, as well as what the kinetic energy present in the molecules. Question number 4, it is arrange the following substances in increasing order of forces of attraction between the particles. 3 substances are given: water, sugar and oxygen, you have to arrange them in the increasing order of intermolecular force. Intermolecular force is least in oxygen. So intermolecular force is least in oxygen. Intermolecular force is somewhat more in water and highest in sugar, because in solids intermolecular force is highest. In the very beginning of the chapter we have seen this. Question number 5. The question is, what is the physical state of water? What is the physical state of water at 25 degrees Celsius? So at 25 degrees Celsius it is obviously in the liquid state. Be 0 degrees Celsius. You know that 0 degrees Celsius is the melting point of ice. So at 0 degrees Celsius, solid and liquid, both the states are available. And at 100 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point of water. So liquid state as well as gaseous state is available is at this temperature. Question number 6, you have to give reason for the two statements. You have to justify. First is what? Water at room temperature is liquid. We have to give two reasons. The question is, you have to give two reasons for the justification of the statement. So at 25 degrees Celsius, it is given at room temperature, okay, so for your kind information, room temperature is accepted as what? 25 degrees Celsius. So the normal room temperature means at nearly 25 degrees Celsius, I think we have number of times observed this water at this temperature, and it is obviously liquid state, but you have to give two scientific reasons for that. So first we can say water at this temperature can flow. So fluidity is the property of liquids as well as gases also, but water can flow. And as we can say, water acquire the shape of vessel and has definite volume. So this is the characteristics of liquid only. At a room temperature, in whatever the type of vessel you fill water, water will take the shape of the vessel, as well as if you change the vessel, the volume will not be changed, shape will be changed. So this is the only property of liquid. Water can flow. So fluidity is the property of liquid as well as gases. Okay, so that is why two reasons are there. So the substance which can flow and the substance which can acquire the shape of vessel and having the definite volume. So these two reasons are sufficient to justify that water at room temperature is a liquid. Second, an iron almari. The cupboard, iron cupboard, is solid at room temperature. The cupboard of iron is solid at the room temperature. So give two specific or scientific reasons for that. First of all, it has a definite shape. Definite shape and size. First thing, because when you look iron almari day to day, so the shape is not changing, size is not changing, so it has a definite shape and size, and it is not moving from its place. It remains there only until we apply the force. So this property is rigidness. So iron almari at our home is rigid and having a particular shape and size. So we can say that iron almari is a solid substance at a room temperature. Next question. Question number 7. Why is ice at 273 Kelvin? Ice at 273 Kelvin, and we know that 273 Kelvin means 0 degree Celsius. More effective in cooling than water at the same temperature, means at 0 degree Celsius. We know that at 0 degree Celsius solid and liquid both the states are available. But as we know the latent heat concept, if you compare the energy of two substances, ice at 0 degree Celsius and water at 0 degree Celsius, both has the same temperature, but water has more amount of energy. Okay, and ice at the same temperature having less amount of energy. So ice is cooler than water. The temperatures are same. But ice is cooler because it is in the solid state. When you give latent heat, it will be converted into liquid state. So the liquid molecules has absorbed some more energy. So they possess some warmth feeling. They have some heat energy present. So if you think about the warmer thing, water is warmer than ice, but ice is cooler than water. Same thing you can compare out of the question, that if you have water vapors, these are the water vapors at 100 degrees Celsius, and if you have water at 100 degrees Celsius, then which one will be cooler? So water is cooler and water vapor are more warmer than the water. It's all nothing but the concept of latent heat. So the answer for this question, ice, the give reason that ice at 273 Kelvin is more effective in cooling. So when you try to cool something, what will be the better option? 0 degree ice or 0 degree water? So obviously 0 degree ice, because it has less amount of energy as compared to 0 degree water. 0 degree Celsius water has more amount of energy because we have supplied the latent heat for changing the state of matter. Same question here in question number 8 is given to you. What is that question? Look at that question number 8. What produces more severe burns, boiling water or steam? I think we have discussed this topic before also, that which will cause more harm to your skin, 100 degrees Celsius water or 100 degrees Celsius steam? So I think steam causes more severe burns than boiling water. Actually the reason is not asked, but what should be the reason for that? The reason is steam possess more amount of heat energy, means the latent heat absorbed by the boiling water and then it is converted into steam. So steam possess more heat energy, so it can cause more harm to your skin. Question number 9 and the last is, see the table is given. The solid is here, liquid is here and the gas is here. Solid goes to liquid, the process is A. Liquid goes to gases, process is B. Gas to liquid, C. Liquid to solid, D. Solid to gas, the process is E. And gas to solid, the process is F. The question is, you have to give the names of this process. So what is A? Solid to liquid. So I think this A is nothing but the melting process. Liquid to gas, B. So B is called as boiling. and I think you should know now that is also called as evaporation. So the B is boiling or evaporation. C is what? Gas to liquid. So gas to liquid means you can consider water, vapor to water. So I think condensation. This process is condensation. D, from liquid to solid, is freezing or solidification. E, solid to gas. Solid to gas. Solid to gas is sublimation. And F, gas to solid, is deposition. So these are the names of the processes, and here is the end of our exercise in the chapter. Okay, so it's very easy chapter. Keep practicing. Solve all the blue color questions as well as exercise. There will be the test shortly within 2 or 3 days after you receive this video. So please be prepared. Best of luck.